Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be another sketchbook tour, but this one's going to be pretty fun. I had a lot of fun drawing all of these, and this is a Mandalorian themed sketchbook tour, so all the drawings are from inspired by the Mandalorian. I've got my daughter Elena here. She's going to go over these with us. We've been watching the show together, so yeah, so let's get right into it. Actually, this is where we left off in the last sketchbook tour. So we're at the end of this one. Sketchbook's almost full again. As usual, I am using markers and big pens and jelly roller pen for highlights. So this first sketch, just a sketch page using the like red or pink big pen, and we've got, you know, just some various characters from the show. I do this just to kind of get a feel for, you know, what I'm going to be drawing, draw some of the characters, maybe think of some ideas. So obviously the Mandalorian, Baby Yoda down here, and yes, a Twi'lek. What was his name? Quay or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, just a fun sketch page. I always like doing these. Like I think I told you in the last video, I like kind of fitting characters into weird spaces, so I can't just draw the characters the same way every time. So yeah, it's that page. So one thing you'll see with this sketchbook tour is I did a lot of adventure action drawings of the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, kind of in different situations like they find themselves in the show. So this one, they're kind of like jumping out of a pit and this monster's reaching up and Baby Yoda is he having a good time? Uh-huh. Yeah. And he's like blasting him right through the mouth. For this drawing, I used just highlighter and big pen, a couple different big pens. I used the blue and the red for this page. So, but I like this page. It's pretty dynamic. There's some nice foreshortening going on in the monster, and yeah, it seems pretty action-packed. I like the diagonal of it all, right?
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna get him?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's pretty close, but I have a feeling Baby Yoda is just gonna...
It's just gonna
get just out of the way, right? So this is the shock trooper, and the scene is, yeah, just red big pen, and she's just wasted a bunch of stormtroopers. You like her, don't you?
Yeah.
She's a pretty cool character. I like how they, Gina Carano, the woman who plays her, you know, she's got a full figure. I like seeing a woman that, you know, looks like she could kick some serious butt. She does, huh? She looks buff. Like, she looks like she could handle herself. So that's kind of a cool character in the show. And I like the angle in this drawing. Like, maybe you're a stormtrooper and she's about to waste you. See how she's kind of looking down at you? Mm-hmm. That's kind of cool, huh?
You forgot her little tattoo.
Oh, you mentioned the tattoo like every time. She's got a little...
Like, tattoo.
Yeah, a little eye tattoo of the Republic. So I'm just gonna do a little mark right there. And now she has that tattoo. Are you happy now?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, overall, I like this sketch. I might finish this one up a bit more. This is normally my first stage of a sketch. And I normally take it further than this. So I might do that. If I do, I'll post it in another sketchbook video or in the comment section on my YouTube channel. Oh, so this is a pretty fun one. This is the youngling after maybe he's grown up and stayed with the Mandalorian for a while and has accepted the way. So this is Baby Yoda as a teenager, as a Mando. So I like this one. Color-wise, so this one's kind of interesting. I've been using these Ohuhu colors, which these will be linked. They were linked in my last video. These are a great cheap marker. Might even be the best cheap marker you can buy. You can get them on Amazon. The link is below. I've been using these for a couple of weeks now, and I'm really impressed. They're 75% cheaper than the markers I've been buying. So great markers. I feel like they do just as well for like a third the price. So they're pretty awesome. But yeah, this one, you got a little baby Mando that's kind of using the Force as well. So that's a pretty scary Mandalorian, huh?
Yeah.
Of course, he's not going to be too great in a fist fight because he's like a foot tall.
Yeah.
So a little action scene here.
That looks like the spider from.
Yeah, this one was inspired by the spider episode in season 2. He's kind of holding it off and blasting it. So the problem I had with this one is I got a little bit muddy with the colors. I did a brown and it was just too brown. Then I covered it with a blue, and that's kind of what happened on this one. This was one of the first pages where I was really experimenting with the markers, and I normally like to use lighter colors, but I wanted just to try a more saturated look with the page. So the greens, I liked how the greens turned out, but for the Mando, yeah, he got a little bit muddy. So, but is what it is. I still like the drawing. So you can see little baby Yoda kind of peeking through in the back. My idea for here is, see his little hand? Like, he's using the Force maybe to keep the spider's too strong for him to hold up on his own. And little baby Mando, or baby Yoda, is kind of like using the Force to hold him off him while he blasts him. So they're kind of a little duo. You know, I like to think about it as like a little symbiotic relationship between Mando and, like, Mando has actually gained Force powers once he trains them properly. That would be super cool. So he's just using him. Do you think that's what he's doing? Is he using him, or does he really love him?
He really likes them. I can tell.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. So that's that one. So this is kind of an original character creature design they might come across on a planet. These guys might like hunt or kill stormtroopers and stuff just to defend their home world. So I wanted to make them kind of like a tribal group. But I liked his face. He's pretty scary looking. His posture and pose are kind of interesting too. Like, he's kind of strutting. Like, he's, you know, he's a pretty powerful warrior, and he just wiped out a bunch of stormtroopers kind of look. Does he look like somebody, is he pretty cute?
No.
And
I
he's
remember when you were
not
drawing
boyfriend
that.
material?
No. I remember when you were drawing that.
Yeah, I like the red. This was this orangey red, really, I mean, it's vibrant colors. Like I said, I was pretty impressed with the hoo colors. So it's just like with anything though, I got, I think, the 48 pack of the markers. And so experimenting with each color to kind of see which ones are really vibrant or how they look on the tone tan is definitely a process, because they just don't work the same as regular markers. So, or I mean, they do, it's just not on the tone tan. So that's kind of a fun one. So this is kind of like a Twi'lek character. She doesn't look anything like the Twi'lek from the episode where they're on that, you know, Republic prison freighter. But I wanted her to kind of have the same personality, but I just wanted to use a bunch of different colors. It was okay. Like, all these drawings are from imagination, other than the reference of who the character is. And her pose is kind of, you know, I wanted her to have attitude. The only issue I might have with the pose is her balance. Her hips need to be pushed forward a little bit. Sometimes those subtleties are the hardest ones to kind of understand why you did something wrong. And I know you guys might not see it, but it's the way her hips and this leg kind of comes forward. The balance of her isn't like there for me visually. I know that seems kind of weird. But I would, if I could push her hips a little bit further forward, I would have liked that a little bit better. As far as the color scheme, what do you think of the color scheme?
I really like her skin. It's
I like
really bright.
the color I used. Yeah,
It's really bright.
that was a great color to use. And I like the yellow and the purple kind of to go together as well. I think that kind of made it kind of cohesive. So
She kind of has the expression that Deadpool girl has, our action figure.
very similar personality to Deadpool, I think. Even in the show, she was. So that one. Here's another adventure sketch. So in this sketch, I envisioned, so Mando, like imagine him up here and he kind of somersaults backwards as this thing's chasing him. And as he rolls backwards, he like sticks some of his little bombs to it and like under its belly and then rolls off to hide them from the explosion. I don't know how his fingers didn't get blown off, but anyway, let's not think about that. The monster's face and everything is exploding from these grenades that were attached to its stomach. And then Baby Yoda, I always tried to have this little expression of like, hey, this is kind of fun. You know what I mean? Does he look like he's having fun?
Yeah.
Like rather than being scared and stuff? Like,
When the last episode, when Baby Yoda put his hands up when they were flying, that was I think,
yeah, that was
the
your
best
favorite.
part
Yeah,
in
that
the entire show.
So, and then Razor Crest is kind of flying up from the city down here to catch him. So I just kind of envisioned him having like some kind of remote for his ship. I know he hasn't had one, but, or maybe somebody's helping him and they're flying up to get him off the cliff. So, but yeah, I like this one. It's pretty dynamic. I would have done maybe him swinging out like as an arc a little bit more rather than being so stiff and vertical. I think that would have made it a little bit cooler and it would have made more of a circular composition. So I would have definitely changed that. So, but sometimes, like I said before, I like to sketch in different colors with the big pen. So this one I just sketched in blue. So this is one of my favorite ones.
I remember that one.
I love this sketch. So Mando in this sketch is getting his butt kicked by stormtroopers and they were all on top of him, maybe beating him up or, you know, trying to arrest him. And then Baby Yoda goes all scary, Dark Phoenix or mind control, you know, force power and squishes them all together into this pile of stormtrooper. So this one's pretty dark. Like if you look at some of where their heads are and stuff, like, I mean, he crushed them, right? So yeah, little Baby Yoda used the dark side of the force on this one. But again, this is all from imagination. So I feel like I nailed the pose on this.
Yeah,
like he
that's
looks
really
like he was just kind of squished. And he's struggling to get up, you know, the arch of the back, everything. So I feel like this is a pretty strong drawing. I'll probably finish this one off a little bit better, add shadows. I'm not sure. Sometimes I like it when I don't do a full color rendering of it. I kind of like it just simple.
Yeah.
You ever feel like that?
Yeah, I like it simple sometimes.
Yeah, just looks good with just the line art. So this scene is kind of like the Star Wars scene where Princess Leia's got like chains and Jabba keeps yanking her chains and stuff. But in this scene, Mando's like flame throwing like the Hutt's head. It might not be Jabba the Hutt, just like somebody they're having to deal with. But he's like melting his head off. And these Twi'leks in the foreground are like yanking on the chains because he's like pulling their chains while he's getting flamed. So again, this one's a pretty dark one, but kind of a cool story, like image. I like these images, and I've said this in past videos. Recently I've been drawing a lot more like just character art, but I really like drawings that tell a story in one picture. Like you don't know the adventure that led up to this scene, but obviously this is a pretty awesome climax to that adventure where Mando just flamos the Hutt guy.
You were just working on this picture right before we started
filming this one. This was one that was just red, and I decided I wanted to like add some darker lines to really flesh stuff out on it. So, but that's pretty cool one. So this one's a really interesting one where I decided to try and get a little bit more realistic with the big pens. So I used big pens, my highlighter pen, and then have you seen this one?
No, that's good.
So just to kind of, and I referenced like some helmets that I saw online just to kind of get an idea. And I actually did this one earlier in the sketches just to kind of see how the shines and stuff work on his helmet if I wanted to implement those in some of my drawings. So this was kind of a study on how his helmet actually looks and how I could render it with big pens. But for this, I used these. actually purple Bic pen and blue Bic pen, so I had to use both. And then a couple different colors of the markers. So there's like a blue and a purple, a dark purple that I use a lot. So I'll grab them real quick so you guys can see. So this one, lavenders in the dark areas, and this is a Master's Touch, which I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret I think that I found. So this is Master's Touch that I've been buying, and I love these markers. They're great markers, but these are markers called Milo Art Marker, and I'm gonna do a video on these as well. And I have a feeling that this company makes these markers, just a hunch, I don't know for sure, but a lot of times companies will buy, like, because this is the Hobby Lobby brand, Master's Touch. So they're probably buying these guys' marker and just rebranding it and selling it at a higher price. These I got on Amazon for about $1 a marker, and these are like $6 a marker. So, like I said, and they're pretty much identical if you look at them. The tip is a little bit different, but this is a worn marker. So they might not be identical, but these are pretty dang good markers as well. I haven't had a chance to do these yet, like do a full review of these, but I plan on doing a couple marker review videos in the next month for you guys. So, because I'm enjoying markers a lot, but they are expensive. You can do refills on like Copics and stuff, so there's definitely cheaper ways to do it, but these Amazon markers seem to be pretty awesome for a lot less money. So, but right now the Ohuhu ones are pretty dang awesome, and they're like less than $1 a marker. And I think these are way worth the money. So, like I said, link below. But anyway, realistic helmet really helps to do these, like really push your realistic, like when you're doing studies and stuff, it helps you learn, helps you kind of see things. And a lot of times when you do a realistic drawing, you have to figure out shortcuts to have those realistic elements, you know, happen faster in quicker drawings. So, but yeah, this one's pretty cool. I'll probably try some more like realistic stuff in the future, but I feel like that one turned out pretty good. So this is the last drawing. Elena did this one. We were hoping to see Ahsoka Tano.
Oh,
we always forget her name. Ahsoka Tano. Elena's like new favorite Star Wars character, so she drew this one, and it turned out awesome. I'll definitely be drawing her in a sketchbook video soon. But tell me what you guys thought of the themed sketchbook. You know, what your favorite sketch was. I had a lot of fun doing those kind of adventure sketches. I think that was super fun. I'll definitely be trying to do more story-driven sketches in the future. But we are really loving the show, so I thought, you know, I was inspired to do the sketchbook. And you're really liking the show, right?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Baby Yoda is definitely the star of the show. So, but I think that might change once she pops up. Mm-hmm. She's going to be a pretty cool character. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Hope you liked it, and I guess we'll catch you later, right? Mm-hmm. See ya.